Sir, you've taught like I mean thousands of students right now. Who are the ones who shine out? Like by outcome, let's talk about placement. Who get the best placement? Or I know some of your alumni are doing really amazing in the corporate world. And if there are some kind of people who are there like this, who are the ones who you think यार ये घोड़ा बना है वो वो क्या क्या करते हैं कॉलेज के अंदर काम?
It's a mix. The students who do well academically also largely are the ones who can apply that knowledge well, and therefore they carry that to the organization, and they also do well in their careers. However,
Hi everyone, welcome on board. Most of the people ask me this question कि सर मैं MBA के अंदर एंट्री करने वाला हूँ and what should I do and how to get the best out of the 2 years MBA. I've got Subhendu sir. Hi Subhendu sir, welcome on board.
hi Smith, how are you?
I'm doing absolutely fine. By the way, sir is joining in from Bangalore. He's the director of a business school called IBA, and he himself is an executive management from IIM Kozhikode. By the way, you might not know, sir is from the first batch of IIM Kozhikode. Sir, first batch of IIM Kozhikode executive management. Which year was that, sir?
It was in 2002, 2003.
2002. Oh, that's sir. I was doing my engineering second year, I think, at that time, and you were doing your MBA. So amazing, so amazing. By the way, I was at IIM Kozhikode campus, sir. I must say, beautiful campus.
Oh, it's fascinating. It's probably one of the most prettiest of the campuses, and I still miss the beautiful mountain ranges, the view that I used to get from the balcony of my hostel room. So one of the most prettiest hostels that I have visited in the country.
That's so. By the way, now, sir, Shillong is also giving Takkar. It's a new IIM relatively when it comes to the beauty.
Yes. Yes, though I have not gone to IIM Shillong campus, but okay, since IIMK happens to be my alma mater, I would rate it
You would rate it
above
the most beautiful.
in
Great,
terms of the beauty.
great. What are the few things at top of the head? How they can make the best out of their MBA 2 years?
Okay. If you look at a business school, I would put that as um, there is the academic part of it, and then what I call it the entire experience part of it. So if you look at both the academics and the experience, the amalgamation of the two makes what business schools are all about.
But
Now,
sir, you don't give time for experience and everything. Academics are so much in the at least first year. But do students get time to do all that?
oh, yes, they do. When I talk about experience, they at least, if I look at my campus, there's a lot of fun that the students have through a lot of activities that they go through, whether those are the club activities or the committee activities. Say, for example, we celebrate all major festivals of the country in the campus.
Yeah.
Now, being a fully residential campus and celebrating all the major festivals of the country, just think about what kind of fun the students would be having in a campus. And this is true with most residential campuses.
Right. So first thing is academic part is there, and you need to have the fun as well because you learn leadership skills also when you're doing even if you're celebrating Independence Day, it's a leadership skill involved in that as well. This is number one. What else, sir? How they can get the best out of 2 years?
Okay, so since you spoke about leadership skill, um, one of the things about leadership is what do I give back to the society? Now, all leaders constantly keep on thinking about what would their contribution to the society be. Now, say for example, we have a committee called HOPE, which is Higher Order Purpose of Existence, which is basically a theory based on the work of Professor Subhash Sharma, one of the most well-known and revered management gurus in the country. Now, what does HOPE do? HOPE actually looks at uh, how do I contribute as a student in the college? How do I contribute towards making lives of everybody else around me better? Now, that could be the support staff, that could be people outside the campus who need help in terms of educating them, in terms of sometimes having some good time with them through well curated programs where they come, they are served uh, good food, they generally have good time through a lot of activities that they do in terms of blood donation camps, in terms of other medical camps, etc. Now, what essentially it does is it creates in the minds of the students um, the importance of giving back to the society.
Right.
And one of the components of leadership, I'm saying that. Now, there are other things also. Say, for example, if one looks at how the students organize fests in business schools.
Right.
Now, there is a component of leadership in it.
Yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
you'll invariably find some of the students come up as leaders and others as followers, and then together the team performs the fest,
Right.
which makes it so very interesting.
Right.
So there are a lot of those components inbuilt. So it's not just academics. So if I were to look at academics, and I would say that, let's say there is an elective on leadership. Now, does that make everybody a good leader?
No, it doesn't.
Certainly not.
It doesn't. Yeah.
And because it's a specialization course, it is not offered to everybody as well.
Right.
But there are a lot of other components which they go through, they practice, and then they learn what is leadership all about.
Right, right. That's so amazing. So the festivals, the various committees and the clubs which are there in the colleges, they should participate in that. Academics के साथ अगर ये भी चीजें add करें तो बहुत बहुत बढ़िया है. Sir, you've taught like I mean thousands of students right now. Who are the ones who shine out like by outcome? Let's talk about placement. Who get the best placement? Or I know some of your alumni are doing really amazing in the corporate world. And if there are some kind of people who are there like this, who are the ones who you think यार ये घोड़ा बना है, वो क्या क्या करते हैं कॉलेज के अंदर काम?
Okay, very interesting question. In fact, I started off by saying that it's not just academics. Yes, academically, those who are bright, they acquire knowledge. Let me just digress a little bit, and then I'll come back to your question. Now, acquiring of knowledge, what does it lead to? It ultimately leads to mental acuity. Mental acuity leads to getting good grades. Now we are talking about management education. So grades, fine, they're good, they are required. But how does one apply that knowledge into practice? So just acquiring knowledge will not help.
Right.
So therefore, for a management school, it's important that students also learn how do they apply that acquired knowledge. That application helps them synthesize all the bits and pieces of knowledge that they've acquired over the 2-year period that students stay in a business school.
Right.
The other part of it is we look at application and then we say it's end of the story. No, it's not the end of the story. So once somebody has applied that knowledge, what's the result? What kind of feedback are we getting? That gives a lot of insights into whether the acquisition of knowledge was enough or not.
Right. Right. So many.
And therefore, it's a cycle which goes on.
Great.
So you acquire knowledge, you apply the knowledge, you again acquire knowledge, and that's how you remain relevant in the current times. There's no other way in which one can be relevant in the current times.
Lovely. So when I was doing my MBA, so somebody told me I did my startup. In fact, Cat King started it when I was at SPG in Bombay. जो सुबह सीखा है वो शाम को धंधे के अंदर implement करना है. That's going to be your case study. That's going to be your learning than case studies. I still remember Google AdWords were picking up at that time. This 2009-8 talking about social media marketing. Now we're talking about Web 4.0. At that time, Web 2.0 was starting it up. Beyond like Orkut was there and Facebook was there, but it was not famous in India. Then Orkut died, and I started learning everything and then applying it. That helped me a lot during my journey. That's so amazing. Great.
And think about the fact that we are in the world of ChatGPT.
Yeah.
I keep telling the students that look, like any other tool, since in my marketing analytics classes I use Excel, extensively.
Yeah.
I keep telling my students that, see, if you use Excel, you are using Excel as a tool. That Excel helps you do those calculations faster, ensures that you're not wrong if your logic is
Yeah.
absolutely properly applied. And now, the same way, if you look at ChatGPT and use ChatGPT as a tool, phenomenal.
Right.
It has great potentials.
Sir, you will not
But
believe
the
me.
moment you
Yeah, I was just typing on Chat GPT that what kind of questions, tell me the interview questions to a professor. And I was just going to copy paste your profile there, and I was just going to choose, but then we started. I just stopped doing it. I was just going to do that. Super. Sir, coming back to my question. Sir, you skipped my part. Who are the ones who are like the most, are they the most intelligent ones? Are they the clever ones with your experience of teaching from so long?
Yeah, so I was coming to that part. It's a mix. The students who do well academically also largely are the ones who can apply that knowledge well, and therefore they carry that to the organization, and they also do well in their careers. However, there are a lot of other students who may not have academically been as bright as the toppers themselves, but are very good in the application part. I've seen tons of those students do exceedingly well in their careers. So my take in the entire thing is that if the students have to focus, they have to focus more on the application part. So any activity that the school offers, whether it's, as I said, the clubs or the committees,
Yeah.
or the projects, the life projects, your internship, the fest, all of these are avenues for the student to exhibit whatever he has learned and bring it back into the practice arena.
That's so amazing.
So
That's so
if the
amazing.
students utilize that opportunity, they will do well wherever they are.
That's great. So, in fact, now I'm interviewing. I'm a CEO of my own company, small company called Cat King. But when I'm seeing the resumes, the ones full with the extracurricular and co-curricular activities, or who are toppers, these are the ones who's applied knowledge theoretically. They may or may not get the practical implication out of it, but these guys, I rank them much, much more higher than other people. This is so amazing. Thank you so much for joining in. Boys and girls who are listening to us, do it on the like button and drop in the comments which college you are joining this year, where are you guys going, and if you guys have any specific questions, drop in the comments as well on careers, placements. I'll be able to answer to all of them in the comment section. Thank you so much for joining in, sir. Have a good day ahead. Bye-bye, sir. Take care.
Thank you. You too have a good day.
Thank you, sir.